Uh, my name is Jia Chen from S1G1. So today I'm going to explore the backbone of the internet, the web server. A web server is a system designed to deliver web content to users across the globe over the internet. It is a combination of hardware and software which handles communication with web browser using protocols like HTTP or HTTPS. To understand the process, think of a user entering a URL. That action prompts the browser to send a request to the server. The server then processes this request, locates the necessary files, and transmits them back to the user screen. Depending on the request, the server provides either static content, like a simple document, or dynamic content, which are generated on the fly if a database or login is required. Let's move into the step-by-step configuration. Our first step is installing Apache Web Server. However, before we install any new software, best practice dictates that we update the local package database. By running the command sudo apt update, we refresh the list of available packages and versions from the Debian repositories. This doesn't install software yet. It is simple and ensure that when we do, we receive the most recent security patches and stable releases. With our package index current, we can proceed to the actual installation using sudo apt install Apache 2. During this process, the apt tools performs dependency management, automatically identifying and installing any additional libraries Apache needs to function. On Debian system, a great feature is service initialization, where Apache is configured to start running immediately upon a successful installation. Next, we must address security by adjusting the firewall. Apache registers several application provides with an uncomplicated firewall or UFW. These profiles serve as shortcuts to open specific ports without needing to memorize the port numbers. You can choose the www for standard port 80 traffic, www secure for port 443, or www full for both. For our setup, we use sudo ufw allow www to enable standard access. We then verify this by running sudo ufw status, which show that the port 80 traffic is allowed from any source. Now, we need to check if everything is running correctly. We perform an internal service check by running sudo systemctl status apache 2. We are looking for that active status in green. To test external connectivity, we first need to find the server IP address using hostname-i or curl-for icanhazik.com. The curl tool is particularly helpful here for identifying the public-facing IP address. Once we have the IP, navigating to it in the browser should reveal the Debian default page, confirming the setup is live. To host a specific site, we need to set up the virtual host. We begin by creating a dedicated directory for our files using mkdir. Because these directories are created as root, we need to use chown to change the ownership, allowing our standard account to edit files. To also apply chmod-r 755 to ensure that the web server has the correct permissions to read and serve these files to the public. With the structure ready, we create a custom landing page by opening a new file with sudo nano. This replaces the default Debian page with our own content. We then create a configuration file where we can define as the virtual host to listen on port 80. Within this file, we specify the server name, the server alias, and the document root, which points to the folder we just created. We also set up a logging path to save error messages and visitor logs for future troubleshooting. The final phase involves activating the site and performing safety checks. We use A2 Insight to enable our new configuration and A2 this site to disable the default Debian page. So our new site takes priority. Before restarting, we run the critical config test command. If the system if the system returns syntax OK, we know that there's no typos, and we can safely run systemctl restart to make the site go live. To wrap up, we follow a rigorous testing procedure. First, we need to re-verify the internet service status to ensure that Apache is still active. If it shows fail, the server won't respond. Second, we need to double check the firewall status to ensure that port 80 is still set to allow. Third, we need to perform the browser connectivity test from a different device using the server IP. Finally, we need remember that whenever we change setting in the future, always run sudo apache 2 ctl config test first to avoid system crashes. Thank you.